In this lesson, we will cover risk monitoring and reporting. Among the various components of risk management, risk monitoring and reporting play a crucial role. The final step of risk management process is risk monitoring and risk reporting. So, what is risk monitoring? Risk monitoring is the process of tracking and identifying risk, monitoring residual risk, identifying new risks, executing risk response plans, and evaluating their effectiveness throughout the project lifecycle. It involves regular tracking and reviewing of risk and the effectiveness of risk response actions. For example, a software development company might monitor risk related to a project deadline, software bugs, or changes in market demand. The company might use project management software to track these risks, regularly reviewing the software to identify any changes in the risk landscape. Ongoing risk monitoring can also help us determine residual risk and control risk. A residual risk is the likelihood and impact after specific mitigation, transference, or acceptance measures have been applied to the inherent risk. A control risk, on the other hand, is a measure of how much less effective a security control has become over time. For instance, consider antivirus software that was initially very good at finding malware using specific identifiers known as signatures. However, as hackers began to hide their code, the antivirus became less successful over time. Next, let's discuss risk reporting. Risk reporting is the process of communicating information about risk management activities, including the results of risk identification, assessment, response, and monitoring to the stakeholders of the project or business. This information is often presented in the form of a risk report. For instance, a construction company might produce a monthly risk report that includes information about potential safety hazards, the likelihood of project delays, and the potential financial impact of these risks. This report will be shared with project managers, company executives, and potentially the client to keep them informed about the risk landscape and the actions being taken to manage these risks. Risk monitoring and reporting are essential for several reasons, including informed decision-making, risk mitigation, stakeholder communication, and regulatory compliance. First, we have informed decision-making. Regular risk monitoring and reporting provide valuable information that can be used to make informed decisions about resource allocation, project timelines, and strategic direction. Second, we have risk mitigation. By continuously monitoring risk, businesses can identify when a risk is becoming more likely or when potential impact is increasing. This allows them to take action to mitigate the risk before it becomes a problem. Third, we have the stakeholder communication piece. Risk reporting is a critical tool for communicating with stakeholders. It helps to manage expectations and to demonstrate that risks are being effectively managed. Fourth, we have regulatory compliance. In many industries, risk reporting is a regulatory requirement. Regular risk reports help to demonstrate compliance with these regulations. So, remember, risk monitoring is an ongoing process of tracking and reviewing identified risks, as well as the effectiveness of measures taken to mitigate them. It helps in detecting any changes in the risk landscape over time, while risk reporting refers to the communication of information about risk management activities to stakeholders. It typically involves presenting data on identified risks, their potential impact, and the action taken to manage them, often in the form of a risk report. Whether you're running a small business or managing a large project, effective risk monitoring and reporting should be a key part of your risk management strategy.